Huge, huge opening range for the pre-market. This is the low, like the 7 a.m. candle, and look like we just wicked that. But let me do my 7:30 opening price real quick. All right, then let me put the opening range on. Here, I'm gonna extend this to the right. Then I'll grab the so the 7:30 opening price there. Middle. Right at this point 25 area. Let me do this real quick. All right, now let's go to daily real quick. So, just looking at what's going on so far, we do have these relative equal highs that I'm looking at, but these highs here can be protected, right? So we don't necessarily have to come up here just yet, or even like this week. We could be holding these highs out for a little minute. So, because this candle here, right, the previous day candle came up and reached the midpoint of this wick. So we could do the same here and then try to retrace and leave the previous day high. Unless we want to start showing bullishness, which means I'd like to see us get above this opening range and show some strength. And if we do that, then okay, I'll lean more towards the midpoint of this wick. And I'll just put it on just in case. Right here. Oops, not that. And do this. So if we come up to that wick and start showing strength above this midpoint as well, then it's definitely gonna lean me towards at least the previous day high and then potentially this high. Right. But if it's protected and if the previous day high is protected, then we might just start pulling away and trying to invert this bullish inefficiency. And we could try to come down for this candle low or even the midpoint of this candle wick. So, but overall, the market is showing strength to the upside, right? But we could have some type of retracement first. And if we look at equilibrium and discount, from this candle low to the candle high from where it pushed, and we see equilibrium was all the way down here, right? So that's definitely going to take time unless we have some lethargic candles like these, right? But we haven't had that for a few days. Once we got this displacement up higher, all in all, it's kind of just been stuck in this price action area, like kind of like how we was over here before we actually started moving somewhere. So let's go down here. Now we do have this bullish inefficiency, and then we have some relative equal lows down here. And we have our Asia low down here. So this could honestly shape up for a continuation. Now that 7 a.m. opened up, took out this high, and we could be looking for price to then continue down. Okay, so buy stop's taken out, but that doesn't mean that we can't continue up here, because if we want to push down further though, let's put on those lows. So we do have 0.5 lining up with this bullish inefficiency right here. So I'm gonna just draw this out real quick. And I think we have a volume, yeah, we have a little volume imbalance with it. So we're gonna include that. Do this, and then I'll do this. I'll put some quadrants on this. Get rid of that. So this negative 0.5 lines up with this 0.75 inside this bullish period. So if we push into here and leave this gap open, which right now we did, so if we start falling away showing continuation, then I'll look for a short play to then target either this level, and if we want to get extremely bearish, then target these relative equal lows down here. Which is going to be sell side liquidity. I'll wait for that in a second, but go. But we already had this momentum to the downside right here. Buy stops taken out with this strong displacement. So yeah, kind of look at ES real quick, see if it did the same thing. Yeah, we kind of got the same thing for ES. This is the low. The high. It couldn't reach this 730 opening price. And then let me put the quadrants on. Yeah, let me find this. So all in all, ES is doing the same thing pretty much. Except we do have relative equal highs up here. Didn't you take that out, right? Wait, candle highs is 10:45 a.m. yesterday. Okay. I mean, yes. Oh, hold on. Well, we both did take out this high, so that's all that really matters. So yeah, I like how we reached this 0.5 area. But let me see what we do after. And the macro coming in pretty soon. Pretty soon. Now we got sort of a pullback. This candle took out the previous candle high. So either we push up into this inefficiency, right, and then try to drop back down and show a continuation. But this is a little too close. So even if I see a sell setup play, I don't know how I really feel about taking that. I'd rather see it price kind of pull back a little more and then show some type of continuation here inside of this to then look for a short play, because this is way too close, unfortunately. Wait, do we got news today? Let me make sure. And we got somewhat news at 8:15. And 10 a.m. I'll be done. So yeah, really no major news. Kind of good to trade to. But no. I kind of want to just ignore this, to be honest, because we did take out this, and then we have Asia low, right? And got our midnight opening price. Let me put that on too. Why not? It wouldn't hurt. It's a lot going on right there. Came up, reached that midnight opening price, pushed down, pull back. Now we showing continuation shorts. So I mean, if I end up do getting there, and this, not, it's not that it's not valid. It's just too close, but I do think we can run through that. Let's see what stop loss would be. I mean, we just bouncing around this area. Yes, yes, it's not bad though. Even though we took out the open range low, it looks like we about to have some type of like SMT here because ES is not taking out this low yet. And that 5 minute bearish order block. Looks like we want to leave this gap open up here. So I kind of want to trade this and see if we're going to push to the downside here. See what ES did. We had this. I'm gonna be a little patient here. See what the macro kind of do here. Really just sitting around, but I do like how we came up here. I want to wait a little bit more. Let's see. I mean, DXY is pushing up. If we get a short play, this would be nice to target these Asia lows. I really want to see us try to get back like inside of here, clear some liquidity, and then try to fall short. But look like we're gonna be using this lower quadrant level along with the midnight open and the 0.75 area. So and let's see though, we took out that opening range low, took out this minor sell side liquidity right here. All right. But now we showing some little strength up. Not major, but it is the macro kicking in, so well the macro has started. So let's see if market wants to push up here, take out these minor relative equal highs in here. Or now we have a push down, pullback, and then if we get another continuation drop here, then I'll look to go short or to stop just above these key levels in here. And then look to target like the -1 or even like this, depending on how it gets strong. So if it drops into here, then obviously, I mean, I'll be at break even when it does that, or if it does that, then yeah. So yeah, give me a second, real quick. Okay. All right. Put it back into that midnight opening price. Now, let's see if we start getting that moving here to the downside. Mind you, this is a whole inversion for value gap. So if we bullish or if we bearish, then I like to see I'd like to start seeing some displacement here soon. And if we take out this minor high right here, then pull in here and then start dropping down. Because all in all, I mean, we did take out the opening range low, right? We could obviously continue higher because we have that wick from the previous day, and then we have the buy stops up here with relative equal highs. So how I'm looking at this is, if we get above this inversion for value gap, then I'm going to look for long plays to the upside. We already had this pre-market delivery to the downside, so I'm looking for a follow through. I mean, this high right here so far is protected right there. It's got relative equal highs, so if we can purge that high and then start forming our move to the downside or our continuation model to the downside, then yeah, I'll take that. So far, we kind of really getting to the upside. Took out the opening range low here, and now we form the setup here to the upside. But there's no displacement here. You can see it in the candles, right? But we got these smooth relative equal highs here that personally, I'd like to see those taken out, but it doesn't really have to. But we did leave these relatively equal lows too. So did ES. Yeah. ES didn't even take out the low, so I mean we had minor SMT with this candle. 743 right there. Yeah. 743 candle low was not taken. And here we got above. We reached the midpoint on ES. So, but the thing is, ES did not reach the opening range low, which I still think we can get to because we both took out buy stops. But that's if we bullish or bearish. If we bullish, then we're gonna leave this gap open, which kind of it's not what I really want to see, but it is what it is. Let's just wait. AM candle open up, but the thing is, ES has already ran all these highs and reached the midpoint of the opening range. But that don't even matter for me. We got, I mean, personally, I like to see this minor inversion for value right here get ran through. And we got push down, push up, closure below. So yeah, 8:15. We got some kind of news, but we are chopping right here. Just going back and forth so far. Not really looking the cleanest. Not that it can't play out, but let's see if we get this closure below this. Because now we've already had our pullback. We don't have to come for these highs. Let me see. This candle high is 835.50, and then this one is 835.50. So maybe we come up, purge this high at least here, and then try to form something. Now that'd be more ideal. I'm not gonna lie. I do like that idea. Price purging this high, that minor high right here. We don't have to do much else after that. And then I would like to see this start pushing to the downside after. 8 a.m. open, boom, manipulation to these relative equal highs, and then we could probably get some type of distribution to the downside for a continuation. And that would be good. Real good. So unless we get above this inversion and then start forming like some type of model to the upside, or at least my model to the upside, right? Then okay, I'm looking to trade to these relative equal highs or even that midpoint of the wick. But this is kind of too choppy right now. You can see this. So that's why I want to see accumulation right now. That's what's going on. Manipulation to these relative equal highs in here to then start distributing here to the downside. That's the idea so far. So get rid of this. Because if we close below this low, that's the model. Although I do want to wait. I really want them to purge this high, but they're taking their time. It's taking their time. This is during the macro too. So that's why I'd rather see this high taken up and then the model shaping up. Then I can look to target these levels here. So the thing with ES too, we are forming a 1, 2, 3. So this, we don't even need to come for this. We just need to see displacement. I mean, if we do take out this high again, then we can see we can get the model here to the downside. All right, there we go. That high was purged. Finally. Finally. Well, let's see. Again, if we get above here and start treating this like with some strength, then I'll go long to target these areas in here. And then we can target the event horizon between the wick. Here. And then I'll get rid of these. Oh wait, this. There we go. And this the event horizon between this wick, that 50% of that wick and this high of that daily wick the previous day. So that's that. If you watched ICT video yesterday from this current day, it talks about we're not reactor, we predicting. So that's kind of what I'm doing, predicting a couple of scenarios that can happen for me to frame a trade to this daily PD array up here. So and if we was taking a look at like yesterday price action, we kind of formed a setup, but we didn't get what we wanted, and then it took off. And that's why patience is key, because I didn't get what I wanted, and I'm not about to just jump into something, because like last time, we just closed below it here by like a little bit, and then pushed off of that new week or pushed off of the open range low, and then shot down. But obviously, we didn't do that today. Let's check out ES. ES is kind of, I think it's all waiting for this 815 news. That'd be my guess. EXY now displacing down. I think we took out them relative equal highs right here. Yeah, we took that out. Starting to displace. And that is Y and Q is starting to want to displace up higher too. Just cool. Look at the 15. We really didn't take out any liquidity though, so I kind of want to see what we do once we take out the high. We took out the open range low. I mean, it does count, right? But I want to see how this 15-minute about to close, because I mean, we do have some news coming in. I mean, it's nothing major, but it's news, so. I don't know. Let me show you this. What the heck? Yeah, we're getting this displacement up hard. Really, this could be the model if I felt comfortable like with some form of liquidity. I mean, this was okay, but we inside of these mad PD arrays that can actually send us lower. So I'm at the point right now where I just rather wait until we get out of this, or just wait for his news. Cause two of them. Let me show you real quick. There we go. You can see we have this news. Yeah, we have both of these today. We got both of those in about 3 minutes for the top one and 4 minutes for the bottom one. Falling off 5 minutes. It looks like we might be trying to trade to this point. But these are still not really that much volume, so I'm trying to see what the news do and if we can get some volume within that. I mean, if we just take out the high though, if we just take out these highs and then start displacing to the downside, then I'll still look for shorts until like 9:30 potentially opens up. It might wanna, so it could open up, take out this high, and then drop down into this PD array, and then displace back up higher. So that could be the game plan. No real volume in the candles right now, so I'm not really forcing nothing. Just gonna wait for the highest probability setup. And I'm gonna just refine that inversion now into this PD array. And so far, it does look like we heading for them highs up there. Yes, it's taking this sweet little time, but we do it for ES too. Same thing. But I do like ES too. Like it's got volume balance on both sides of the market or of the candle. So I want to include those two. I definitely think ES can get some type of short play, but since we didn't take out the opening range low, that is sometimes why things can be choppy because another pair is doing another thing. And you don't have to always look for correlation, but that does give you an idea. So even if you was just focused on like this pair alone, then you can see that okay, we're chopping, we're not really reaching the opening range low, we're still within this PD array. So there's no reason to try to short at this lower quadrant. No reason at all. All right, so news is here. Let's see what we get. Hopefully we start getting this. I mean, I'm favoring low-key shorts, but we did take out the previous day low already and haven't taken out the previous day high. So, I mean, if we're going to be bullish from here, I like to see some type of stronger retracement and then getting above this PD array. And then, yeah, I'll go ahead and look to long this with a stop just below whatever we get our pullback at. Simple as that. Now, ES though, did hit that volume imbalance in the high of this, but that's what we want to see right here. We want to start seeing this displays too. And low-key ES do, in a sense, look a little better in terms of like, we didn't take out any lows yet. We building up all this. And so did NQ, except we did take the, we did take out the opening range low. So, I mean, we do have our pullback here. Now, if we get a displacement up out of here, this could be a long play here to the upside to target either one of these levels. But let's see what the stop would be. Okay, man, I'll put my stop like underneath this. I wouldn't expect for price to want to come all the way down here, especially if we get a closure outside of here and then a trade back down to here. Did we get that? Yeah, we did. Let's see how ES look. Man, we kind of wait on that. What's the 5 minute? Yeah, we got that. Yeah, that's actually, let's wait on this. Let's wait. I was looking to take that, but I kind of want to see how this 5 minute close. That could just be, this could just be obviously like a fake out for price. Especially if the 5 minute or higher time frame isn't closing above it. We got 2 minutes for that at least. Not that it can't, not that this is a bad setup or anything, but when we got PD arrays like this left open and there's no bottom wick on that, I mean, honestly, I'd rather just wait. I'm gonna just wait for the highest probability setup. I don't want to take anything like that. I mean, most I get is like a B setup because I prefer if we okay if we had taken out sell side right in here, or even like some major sell side, like let's say we started here and then we pushed up, took out buy stops. Yeah, this is all in all like a B setup to me. So because this is more like a more take this like a paper trade rather than like I'll say like a lot count. Ain't nothing wrong with taking B setups, but this is where you wanna if you're gonna take them B setups on real accounts, you wanna be real careful. You could take on unnecessary losses if you had just waited, especially if it doesn't look the cleanest. This could become messy, honestly. Like I don't like how we chopped here and then like we had no volume for real, even on the news candle, which was where was that? Right here. I mean, it wasn't major news though, so that sounds like it don't really matter what happened. But mm, wait, I don't think we ran into this volume imbalance, did we? No, I don't think so. But, no, we did. Tap that minor volume imbalance right here. I mean, you guys can look. Let me see. What's the 15 minute? 15 minute. I did this place up higher, so I kind of want to see if we take out the opening range high at this point to then look for a short play. Because when you think about it, we had an overnight push to the downside. Boom. Pre-market setting up possibly for a continuation. And we also have, I think this buy stop is lining up perfect with the event horizon. So if we come here to the opening range high or even here, we can definitely look for a short play if it sets up. But if we get above here and then come down inside, right, and then start showing bullishness again, and we don't take any setup and it's definitely looking valid, then yeah, that's fine taking a continuation model. Because it's what the model is really all about. Hang on 1 minute. Whoa. Whoa. You see what I'm saying? Imagine taking that buy setup. It's not valid, especially if you look at the higher time frame. If I look at the 5 minute, we did not close above this. And I need to see the higher time frame also closing above. Especially if we didn't take out any liquidity. Now, if we had taken out some liquidity, like how we formed this 15-minute low, if price came down and swept this low and avoided this, and then we push up, then yeah, I wouldn't mind taking that loss because it meets the criteria. But we didn't really take out any low. I mean, the opening range low counts, but we've already overexpanded, and we had no volume down here up until this point. So if you had taken this, like after we formed 1, 2, 3 out of it, and you took a long setup or you got in and on fair value gap, I mean, you could have caught like maybe a little something or trailed your stop, but all in all, that ain't for me. That's why I waited because I'm like, we still trading within the opening range at this point, and I prefer to look for the short plays than the long play right now. And I like how we pushed down, pushed up, and another displacement. But I don't like how we already hit the key level with that. Like if we had did this, boom here, and then dropped, yeah, that would be cool. But yeah, we just wait for a better player. It's about to be 8:30 soon, so we in no rush. No rush at all. I do like how we close below that. Mm, one contract type of guy. I don't know. This is weird. So I'm gonna wait for this low to be taken out if we can get it. Because I really rather see this liquidity taken out. Maybe we tap into. Wait, why is my stuff like this, bro? Wait, is that the five? Hold on. Okay. Um, Let me change this to the 15-minute PVR. I don't know why I thought. Here we go. So, I mean, if we're gonna be bullish from here, right? Smooth, relative equalize. Previous day low already taken here. Forming the model on a larger scale, right? So I'd rather see this low taken out, boom, drop down, and maybe Asia low can be taken out later on after these buy stops are taken out. Now, if we do want to get short from here and take out Asia low and drop down and react off of there, that's cool. Then let's say, like, if we're gonna be continuing to the downside from this point on, especially after that, which that don't really mean nothing, but if we take out this low and then come back to um, the lower quadrant and start showing continuation off of that, then yeah, that's going to indicate to me that we want to go down to these lows. But if we come down, react off of this, and then show a continuation model to the upside, then I'm going to be looking for a long play targeting these highs. Let's see what you guys did. Yeah, same thing I guess. Mark out your higher time frame, like order blocks or rejection blocks, which would be there. Top below here. Wait, I'm tripping. What up? Okay, yeah. NQ or ES took out this liquidity point. Is that a 15-minute low now? I mean, not really, because we still stuck inside of this 7 a.m. candle for ES. That's my only issue with it. I mean, you can get trapped up in this. I really like this right now, so I want to wait, maybe even to like the macro time to see what kind of delivers. Like I'd rather see this low taken out. To be honest, like usually I'll probably take a setup off of this, but no liquidity really was taken and all that nonsense. We just been inside the open range for quite a while. So unlike yesterday, we just did that and then straight delivery to the downside. We're not really getting that today. So this is where when you see the price struggling to get to your objectives or doing what you're trying to predict, then that just kind of indicate that the market ain't ready yet. Maybe 8:30 will give us the increased volume. Now I'm good. All right. Now we're reacting off of that, but I still don't like anything, to be honest. I want to see that low taken out. Just be chopping this whole morning. Let's see. This model would be great if we had just taken out bus stops or something like that, but we don't want to do that. It's probably because tomorrow we have 3 or 4 red folder news. Let me just show you. Let me just show you the whole week real quick. This is what we got. Tomorrow we got those 4 red folder news at 8:30. So this could be an issue for tomorrow, or that who knows? Could shape up really good for the pre-market, but like I'm looking to get my setup way before this, if not after, depending on how I want to shape up. Look at this 15-minute, man. That's damn near. It's just staying within the 7 a.m. candle as well. It's probably gonna just do everything at 9:30, which I kind of expect to do. So my 9:30 might just pump all the way up. Depends on how strong you want to get. Especially if, I mean, it could open up and react off of these highs and then try to come down for Asia low, potentially. But really, this is Asia low. This is London low. Alright. This is London low. Took out Asia high. Then we have Asia low down here, which in a sense could be protected, especially for the remainder of this week at least, because again, this is the candle that took out the previous day low, and then we have the previous day high right up here with relative equal highs at that. So that's why I'm like, I mean, if we take out these highs, right, and then drop in here and then showing that we want to continue, then yeah, I'll go ahead and look for a continuation model to the upside. Ain't really doing nothing, honestly. It's just waiting around, waiting for 9:30. That's exactly what's going on. Sometimes the pre-market session ain't all it. Let's look at okay, so I'm gonna go 6. So yeah, we came up and let me get rid of this. Targets daily fair value gap, took out buy stops when it new day came to open. Boom. Could get some type of retracement here too. But even yeah, if I was looking at the if I did the opening range on here, it's the 7 a.m. candle open. So it's the 7 a.m. opening range for that. Oh wait, that's Monday. Oops, my bad, my bad. But we are tapping back into that. If I like put it back, we're tapping into the yesterday's opening range. Which I'm gonna just keep that gray. Keep that there and then put the actual one for the day. It should be to this low. At 7:30 open there to here. Close. Let's just see what the normal one look like. I don't think. Oh, this one look better than this. This look way better. Like, can I place anything on here? Oh, I can. You think the macro won't matter? Macro didn't even matter. This is pure chop. Maybe 9 a.m. will give us something here to rise up, but hopefully we can get in and get down here before 9:30 even opens up and give us a setup, but it don't look like that'll happen. Man, so far as you can see on the hourly chart, we didn't even take out the 7 a.m. low or high. We took out the opening, so we took out the 7 a.m. low, but hourly chart. Wait, what is? Hold on. Okay, so yeah, this is the lowest low from 7 a.m., which we never even came back to, which would have been more respectable once 8 a.m. opened up if we dropped down here and then pushed up and formed something. We didn't do that. We did not do that. So, probably about to get ready and end this soon. So, trying to see what the market's trying to do here. So far, I've been live for an hour and 23 minutes and nothing has happened. So I kind of don't want to stare at this for too long. But usually when 9:30 opens up, it just get even more hectic than this. We could get some type of clean delivery at a certain price point, but I don't really want to be involved in any more 9:30 opening bells or anything after. So if I don't get nothing here soon, then I'll call it a day and come back tomorrow. Still Tuesday, early in the week, you know. So we definitely got plenty of time to um, definitely got plenty of time to find a setup throughout the week. Or should I ain't gonna say fine, but got plenty of time to get a setup during the week if we don't get one today, like we didn't get it yesterday. If I'm not seeing exactly what I want to see, then I'm not gonna take a trade. I'm not looking to force nothing because as you can see, if I had taken this, right, like how yesterday was, drop down, pull back to the equilibrium to midnight open, right, and then we close outside of it. Now, usually, if we had taken out some liquidity, which we did right here, this minor high, but I'm talking about like um, price ended up coming here and then getting below doing this. So, which it didn't do, which means no setup. We just keep trading around this equilibrium now. At first, we were just ranging around the lower quadrant, as you can see, pushed up to the upper quadrant, then dropped. Don't know what this was about, but this is why I didn't take that setup. Because if you have taken this, like I said, I was looking to take this closure above this for a pullback to continue. But if we looked at the 5 minute and so forth, then you would have seen that this ain't ready yet. Now, you could have taken a risk and then decided to cut your risk short, but you would have been stopped out instantly and probably dealt with a little bit of slippage, losing more than you anticipated because of this volatility candle came out of nowhere. So you wouldn't even have time to really even think about getting out. You would just have to accept the stop and call it a day. But that right there purged quickly. This went past, it went 17 points past the stop in a heartbeat. So, I mean, all in all, I mean, that's why I was like, I mean, this don't even give you like a crazy risk reward. I mean, this kind of does give you a 1 or 2 if it wanted to reach that point, but it would have been hard to do that because we had these highs and then we had the event horizon between this candle high, right, which is the opening range high, to that previous day wick midpoint, and this the event horizon with buy stops lining up with it. So, I mean, if it had reached that point, obviously you just move to break even. But we wouldn't even have to come up here. All we had to do was take out these relative equal highs, which is the opening range high, and then we could have immediately dropped, and then you probably would have got break even or something. Um, but yeah, that's why for me I didn't take that setup because of the. You look at the 5 minute, you be like, oh, this looks good. But if you take a look at the 5 minute, look how we closed, and then we respected this larger inversion, and then this bearish inefficiency with that alignment balance. So, not that this couldn't have played out, but it's not high probability. And on top of that, like I mentioned, we didn't have no bottom wick on that candle, but ES did. So that is a reason why for price to want to purge this candle low, right? So all in all, though, this is looking smooth. Just gotta play our role and wait it out a little bit longer. Let me charge this real quick. I want to see how 9:30 open up. What we do after that. Oh, that's one. All right, this shit ain't doing nothing right now. As you can see, set up today. But that happens, man. That's why you're supposed to have a model because your model is not supposed to be there every single day. And if it is, obviously execute it if it's something you tested. But when it's not showing like today and yesterday, then what do? No trade. Don't feel no way about it. You just come back tomorrow or later on. But I'm focused on this month on not trading PM session or Asia. Not that those are bad sessions, but just want to stick to one and focus on one session only. I don't need to be going all out, trading everything. feel like honestly, I don't even want to watch the 9:30 open. I mean, I'll see it, but not live. Cause this is getting a little absurd. 14 minutes in, we still within its opener range. Obviously, 9:30 is going to break out of this because it's going to have its own opener range. So, um, yeah, we should just probably end it here, maybe. But yeah.